But first, Donald Trump has blinked. Or maybe not, who can tell with Trump. The US president has declared the war with Iran is almost over. Kind of. Because it's just about won already.
We're achieving major strides toward completing our military objective. And some people could say they're pretty well complete. We've wiped every single force in Iran out very completely. Most of Iran's naval power has been sunk. It's on the bottom of the sea. It's almost 50 ships. I was just notified it's 51 ships. But it's all resulting in a 90% decline in various things, but in particular, Iranian missile launchers and 83% drop in drone launchers. As you know, the drone launchers are pretty well shot, but we're at over 90% decline in the Iranian missile launchers that we've taken out the leadership twice and maybe three times. And we, as you know, we want to be involved. We don't want another president that maybe wouldn't be willing to do what I'm willing to do for the good of the world, for the good of our nation, to be stuck with the situation in 5 years or 10 years from now. So we think they should put a president in, or the head of the country in, that's going to be able to do something peacefully for a change. And it's going to be ended soon. And if it starts up again, they'll be hit even harder.
Okay, well, that was this big scene setter today, and it was enough for oil prices to fall and share prices to rise in here as well. I mean, happy days, right? And it is true that Iran is severely weakened now, although the regime remains, what's left of it. But there's a catch. As you also just heard, Trump actually left his options wide open. He could end the war in days, which is the main message you're supposed to hear, or he could actually keep going. And here is what will make the difference. Oil. Can Trump keep the oil flowing? That is now his next battle, because we're addicted to that stuff. Trump's military war, going brilliantly. The economic war, not so much. Because you just look at the panic here as well about a possible shortage of oil because of this war. Panic buying at country fuel stations, out of petrol and diesel. Inflation tipped to skyrocket. And Iran meant that to happen all over the West. It knew it could not beat the US, so it decided instead to cause such devastation to the economies of the West that they would force Donald Trump to stop. Iran decided to shut shipping through the narrow Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil exports flow. It attacked oil tankers especially, and have so far killed 7 foreign sailors. Most traffic has now stopped dead, apart from Iranian tankers. Iran has also bombed oil and gas assets of its neighbours, and it's counting on America's allies saying enough.
خب این یعنی چی؟ یعنی کل اقتصاد جهان فرو میریزه. اگر اقتصاد جهان فرو میریزه دنیا اجازه میده که ترامپ به جنگجویی ادامه بده.
Now, in response, Trump has raged on Fox News that these tanker shippers, they should show some guts, keep sailing, nothing to worry about. But they don't trust Trump's assurances because the US still hasn't given them enough protection from Iranian drones and missiles, including drone boats loaded with explosive. Trump today promised that would change.
We're also focused on keeping energy and oil flowing to the world. In the long run, oil supplies will be dramatically more secure without the threat of Iranian ships, drones, missiles, nuclear menace, or anything. So the Strait of Hormuz is going to remain safe.
Now, if Trump can guarantee safety in the Strait of Hormuz, can get the oil flowing again, he will buy the US and Israel more time to keep destroying the Iranian regime. Otherwise, it might have to stop in a week. Now, sure, there are some workarounds at the moment. There's Saudi Arabia. It's now pumping more oil to the port at Yanbo instead. That's a port in the Red Sea to the west, where that oil can then be shipped either south or north through the Suez Canal. The ships are already gathering there, but that is not enough. And now, one big hope, apart from the US, and I bet you won't guess it, is, believe it or not, the French Navy. I mean, forget Britain. It's now so weak that it cannot get even a single frigate to defend its base in Cyprus for a few more days. But France, in contrast, France's president, Emmanuel Macron, the wannabe Napoleon, is sending 8 frigates, 2 helicopter carriers and the aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle to stop Iran's missiles and drone attacks on its neighbours and on the ships in the Persian Gulf. Now, Macron yesterday landed on the Charles de Gaulle and sang in the French way his national anthem to pump up the crew. Macron then promised to use French warships to stop missile attacks on the tankers and get that oil flowing again.
We are currently setting up a purely defensive, purely support mission, whose purpose is to allow, as soon as possible, after the most intense phase of the conflict, the escort of container ships and tankers to gradually reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
Now that makes Australia's belated effort, now sending a single early warning aircraft to defend the UAE from Iranian attacks, makes that look a little bit thin. Macron said, of course, France was not attacking Iran. It would be defending its friends in the Gulf states, which Iran has been bombing. But if he is successful in protecting shipping, he buys Donald Trump and Israel more time, more freedom. He buys them time to keep degrading the Iranian regime's military and terrorist assets and to assassinate its new leaders. And for once, the Greens have got this right. When they today demanded that Australia not even send that one early warning aircraft, the Wedgetail, as I predicted they would last night, send that Wedgetail to help the United Arab Emirates defend itself from Iran. Don't send it if that means helping the US.
Every asset that Australia puts into the theatre frees up another US military asset to continue its illegal war on Iran.
I mean, the Greens' foreign policy, really. Let our friends die as long as we don't help Donald Trump. I mean, these are moral monsters. But like I say, France and Australia are now involved in this war. They are helping the US and Israel, however they dress it up. And good. I mean, stop Iran's missiles and drones, get the oil flowing, and let this war keep going until the power of Iran's crazy Islamist regime is smashed for a generation. No more funding of terrorists, no more nuclear weapons program, no more vast stocks of missiles to threaten the whole Middle East and even Europe. So this is now the new front in the war. Keep the oil flowing. And Trump today made wild threats like a man who knows the rest of his war does depend on ending Iran's attacks on the tankers.
If they do that, if they play that game, we're going to hit them at a level that they have not seen before.
Yes, the war could end in just days, with Iran's regime crippled but not defeated. And if the oil keeps flowing, though, the bombs will keep dropping.